Hey guys, this is how to paint a sunset in acrylic. It's beautiful, it's vibrant, and it's simple and step by step. I'm gonna show you the whole process. Let's jump into it right now and you'll be able to apply it to any sunset or sunrise scene that you wanna paint in the future. All right, the first thing is I'm starting on a neutral gray background and I'm immediately coming to establish the warmth of the sunset. And we want to get this color on there, but because it's not over a white background, it's gonna take a couple coats. Now, you could do it over white background, but I prefer to paint on something that's a little bit more mid-tone, usually, just so that I control exactly where the light comes from. So you can see that I'm mixing yellow at first, and then I'm adding a little bit of the red in there. The transition is what we're after here. And you'll see that I added a little bit more blue and kind of made it more like a grayish color in the top of the sky. It's gray right now. I just was trying to figure out something that would look like those clouds a little bit later, but we do this several times. Now, this is the most important part of this process, is really just getting the light onto the canvas. This is the clouds, essentially, what we're painting right now. It's establishing the color and the effect over the entire painting, but really, if you think about it, we're gonna add a foreground and we're also gonna add some more various clouds and sky kind of that will go behind this layer right here. So you can see that I added a little bit of green to that foreground just to get a bit of color in there. And now I'm gonna clean off my palette because I wanna do it again one more time, but I want these mixes to be as clean as possible. I want that vibrant yellow to be right where the sun's coming through. And I need it to be clean. So it's important to have a clean mix when you're trying to get a vibrant color. And again, I'm drawing it every time in between. You see, this is the third time. Now I'm gonna come and I'm going to actually draw in the land. Now I decided to put this at a little bit more of an angle than the reference photo had. And I also was thinking about putting in a house, but I decided not to. But I like this red. The red is going to be behind some more darker colors again, but that red helps us get the feeling of, oh, light's coming from the other side. We can see that vibrant kind of color coming through. Then I mix up this darker, more violet color. And this is going to add some depth. All of a sudden now we see the contrast, and the contrast is where we get the vibrant sunset, really. If everything was light or colorful, we wouldn't notice it. Now I'm coming in with an even darker mix in that tree line and then coming forward into this foreground. Now, with such a vibrant sunset, you need to remember that there's always going to be some light that is hitting the flat land. And so you can see that I'm leaving a little bit more color, a little bit more lightness and value down there because I want it to feel like it's kind of catching some of that light. But because I've created now a little bit of an angle, I'm trying to think, okay, what am I going to do? So this is a little design, but I'm just coming in with something that I'm not sure, is this land or is this water back there? I live on an island. So in my mind, it's a good chance to put like some water back there. We're kind of on a hill, we're looking down and we see a little bit of flat water. That's what's happening in my mind over there on the right. We're coming to this place now though, where we're going to start getting our most vibrant yellows, our most vibrant whites. It's a mix of yellow and white, but it's going to be right there where the sun is behind the clouds. This is kind of what I'm thinking, is that we're getting the brightest reflected light, like direct light. I shouldn't say reflected light. It's directly coming from the sun. And so now we're getting the full range of values. Now we're starting this process of putting in, this is my favorite part. And it's a little bit, what's the word? It takes a little bit of effort, guys. You can't just throw everything on there really quickly. You have to kind of think through, where is the sun, okay? And we're gonna make that the brightest of the yellows. So it's more white than it is yellow. And then as it moves away from there, we add a little bit more yellow. But this is the glory of a scene like this where you have a sunset, right? The sun is just radiating this light and it's colorful, but we need to control that light, that white that's coming through. That's our brightest area. That's why we created the background like we did, right? But that's also why we're mixing in a little bit more color as we're moving away from that place where the sun is supposed to be, right? I'm adding a little bit more red into that mix, a little bit more so that it's kind of like an orange, right? So this is all about, it's basically when you're an artist, you need to think of yourself a little bit like an illusionist, like a magician. You're trying to represent something in three-dimensional form on a two-dimensional canvas, right? So we need to think of ways that we can create depth, that we can create light when there's actually no light there, right? It's just paint, it's pigment, but we're trying to create the illusion of a sunset, right? The illusion of light coming towards us. And part of this is just tying all of it together. So as I'm mixing up these colors, I'm also gonna put some of those highlights on the clouds up higher. But now we're in this fun place of, okay, this is where it starts to get really good because the contrast, again, is where we see the vibrant color. So we're mixing up a violet, like a blue violet at first, then I add a little bit more red into it because I wanted it to tie in a little bit more down low with, again, getting closer to the sun. If we can make the clouds a little bit more violet, red violet down there, and of course, it's a mix of the red and the blue, but I add a decent amount of white into it. And it's not pure. There's a little bit of yellow probably still on my brush, and there's probably a little bit of black that got mixed in there. So it's not just straight up mix, but it's also not that complicated, right? So you can see the difference though, as it's higher up in the sky, it's a little bit darker and it's a little bit grayer and a little bit bluer. Down at the bottom, it's a little bit more violet. And these are all the things that you need to do to accomplish the illusion that we're talking about. See, I'm mixing up an even more brown type of color, something that's even warmer for those clouds that are down lower. Because again, that the orange of the sun, the yellow is going to affect it way, way more. So we need to make everything in the scene make sense. We need to have everything in the scene pointing to the idea that there is a glorious, beautiful sun that we're kind of observing, right, in this sunset. And another really fun part of this process to me is coming in with that sky. This is the sky now that's behind the clouds. Do you see it? And that lighter blue back there all of a sudden made the clouds come forward a little bit, right? Now we're seeing that there are some layers here. Again, this is how you paint a sunset. This is a method that you could apply to almost any kind of scene that you see as the sun's coming up or the sun's going down, because it's not about this exact one. It's just how do you get that vibrant color? And I love to do it like this with a background that then we can layer on top of. And you can do the same thing. You just want to create this light. And so I wanted to have a little bit more of an opaque foreground. I wanted it to look like it was a little bit more substantial. And so I did add some more darker colors down there, but you can see that I came back with some of that color, some of that yellow, some of that orange, and just kind of mixed it in a little bit. Now I noticed that there was a bit of an area back there that was, I talked about it being water, but it wasn't a very straight line. So I used a little bit of tape here to make that line straighter and to just clean up that edge a little bit. And we're getting so close to being done, you guys. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see it. But I just see a few little places that if I can lighten up the color of those clouds still a little bit more and just show, hey, that's where the sun is. It's right there, guys. We need those clouds to be absolutely lit up and on fire in a way. So hope this was a fun thing, and I hope that you can take this and apply it directly to any sunset or sunrise that you see and want to paint. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. You're one of the 1%ers who made it through the entire video, and I want to reward you by saying, good job. I'm proud of you for real. I know you're creative, you know you're creative, but sometimes you just get stuck, right? And you need a little bit of incentive, you need a little bit of encouragement, and you need sometimes a little bit of guided instruction. And that's why I created Acrylic University. Listen, I know what it's like to not know which direction to go in art. I know what it's like to feel like I'm stuck and struggling. And I created a platform where you can learn how to paint in acrylics from start to finish. Total beginner to really advanced. We've got it all. So come to acrylicuniversity.com or give me a text right now, 425-400-2094. Shoot me a text and just tell me your name, what you're interested in, where you're stuck, and I'll do whatever I can to help you succeed. Let's do this together. I'm proud of you, and we'll see you next time.